It is a split session across global markets, and the divergence tells an important story. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete global indices roundup for June 26. It is a split session across global markets. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news, Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat, Apple and big tech stocks fall, Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors, investors monitor Iran. Let us go region by region across the major global indices. Starting with the Americas session. S&P 500 is broadly flat at $7,357.49, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by tech stocks drive unnerving sell-off in global markets, The New York Times. NASDAQ 100 is trading higher by plus 0.75%, at $29,440. Investor sentiment is being shaped by NASDAQ closes lower as chip sell-off resumes, Micron shares extend losses. Dow Jones is broadly flat at $51,921, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow rises, S&P 500 and NASDAQ slip as RE jitters return ahead of Micron earnings, Yahoo Finance. Starting with the Europe session. DAX dipped minus 1.16% to $24,706. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news, Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat, Apple and big tech stocks fall, Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors, investors monitor Iran. FTSE 100 is trading lower by minus 0.63%, at $10,464. Equity markets are responding to reports that oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Starting with the Asia session. Nikkei 225 made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 4.15% to $69,361. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold, silver ETFs fall up to 4% as stronger dollar, rate hike fears weigh, Business Standard. Hang Seng is down minus 1.76%, trading at $22,672. The move follows reports that BHP, ASX BHP, slips as iron ore weakness puts mining giants under pressure, Calkine. Kospi made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 5.81% to $8,411.21. Investor sentiment is being shaped by NASDAQ closes lower as chip sell-off resumes, Micron shares extend losses. Nifty 50 is broadly flat at $24,056, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by tech stocks drive unnerving sell-off in global markets, The New York Times. Sensex is little changed, hovering near $77,100. Investor sentiment is being shaped by tech stocks drive unnerving sell-off in global markets, The New York Times. ASX 200 is little changed, hovering near $8,764.20. The move follows reports that BHP, ASX BHP, slips as iron ore weakness puts mining giants under pressure, Calkine. Now, a look at some of India's most active stocks in the news today. ICICI Bank edged higher plus 0.98% to 1,387 Indian rupees. Retail loan growth, mortgages, personal loans, credit cards is compounding strongly. The digital banking platform has dramatically reduced customer acquisition cost, giving ICICI a structural margin advantage. Asset quality remains the cleanest among large Indian banks. Any NPA deterioration would be the key risk signal. Infosys dipped minus 1.30% to 1,042.90 Indian rupees. Operating margin trajectory toward the 19 to 21% target is back on track. The risk is North America financial services softness. Any new large deal announcement, particularly in European manufacturing, would be a meaningful catalyst given the diversification it signals. Now let us look at what is driving these moves at the macro level. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. Traders are reacting to news that stock market news, Dow finishes higher, NASDAQ lower and S&P 500 flat, Apple and big tech stocks fall, Micron stellar earnings boost semiconductors, investors monitor Iran. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Equity markets are responding to reports that oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow rises, S&P 500 and NASDAQ slip as RE jitters return ahead of Micron earnings, Yahoo Finance. And looking at how some of the biggest global names are trading today. Apple plunged -6.12% to $275.15 in a significant session. Apple Intelligence adoption rate across the iPhone 16 base is the variable that will determine whether this cycle outperforms the last. Services revenue, now running at over $100 billion annualized, compounds regardless of hardware timing. The India manufacturing expansion de-risks the China tariff story meaningfully. Watch for any product announcement that could re-accelerate upgrades. Rocket Lab plunged -5.53% to $80.69 in a significant session. Neutron medium-lift rocket development is the key valuation catalyst. Commercial success would dramatically expand the addressable market. Space Systems revenue is a growing, predictable revenue base. The SpaceX IPO narrative creates positive sector sentiment that benefits Rocket Lab. Samsung made a dramatic move today, plunged -5.30% to $339,500. HBM3 yield rates for AI training chips are the most critical near-term metric. Any positive update would drive a meaningful earnings upgrade cycle. The memory upcycle is intact, but Samsung's foundry losses are a drag. A recovery in smartphone DRAM pricing would add a second earnings lever. Let us give you our near-term view on the Kospi. The technical picture for Kospi has deteriorated. The $7,906.54 level will be critical to monitor. It represents a key line in the sand for bulls. A break below could trigger further stop-loss selling. Manage your risk carefully. To summarize, 6 indices in the green, 7 in the red today. A clear risk-off tone is prevailing across global equities. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. We cover every major global market, every single day. If this kind of daily, actionable analysis is useful to you, please support us with a like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it means a great deal to this channel. Share this with anyone who invests or trades, they will thank you for it. That is all from MTRS_Market Pulse for today. All analysis is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor. Trade safe and we will see you in the next one. That is your Global Indices Roundup from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily updates across every major market.